Hello, welcome to the Reframing Mindset podcast. We are clear my head of the thoughts that are preventing clarity and practice my speech, among other things. Episodes range from informative knowledge to funny stories about my experiences, and in the future, maybe include interviews. So subscribe and enjoy. Episodes drop every other day. Okay, so welcome back to the Reframing Mindset podcast. My name is Colin Smith Brooks, and this episode is another continuing updated episode on the 90 days to change my life, and partly of the 95 series and thing. So yeah, technically this would be 59, 61. We're on day 63 or so, or 60 something. Yeah, but yeah, so this episode is going to be me talking about the resume and cover letter portion of it now. So today, what I've done basically, I wrote up the cover letter and resume. I print some and sent it out to a few company, and I will actually deliver it to a few company in my town and thing. And you know, it was pretty good and thing. So basically, the resume was me having an overall objective. So the various part of the resume, I'm just going to speak on it for the people that me actually don't know. You when you Google what your resume and see a lot of things and various parts of a resume and stuff like that. So I'm just going to talk about the parts that I have so that you can just have a more specific idea of what you know a resume could look like. So I just have the objective, which is basically the main objective of what I'm trying to do with this resume. As in if I'm that's you have my education where I list the various education that I have. I have the experiences, the various work experiences that I have, and I wrote them down. Then I have skills, various skills that I've developed over my time of learning and stuff like that. And then I have activities, which is basically extracurricular and other various activities that I've done in my time. So that was basically it in terms of the resume. In terms of the cover letter now, my cover letter now was me writing a kind of more detailed thing, explaining basically five things. One, my academic qualification. Two, the skills acquired, work experiences, and things that I've been working on and I'm working on now. What can I bring to the company? What will make me a net positive addition to the company? And basically, an estimate of the amount of money I may expect based on my current financial position. Technically, that fifth part of it is kind of always the turn off part of it because, you know, as people always say, always have a very high standard of what I ask for and stuff like that. And and if you listen to my 95 series episode, you realize when I talk about it, when I just give them the standard, people turn away from that. And I know that's technically one of the bad things about a company when they turn down from a standard is them subconsciously downgrading their company. And that's one of the things also what makes a lot of companies don't reach their maximum potential is that they never try to go surpass their original limits, if you get what I mean. So, like, if you're saying, like, they always try to cut costs. They not the average, the most common thing that they usually do is try to cut costs to make money and not really try to improve quality and scale and stuff like that. That's something, and then that's a lot many company have, but basically those are the five areas where I talk in depth on what I'm trying to offer to the company. So basically after that no, you know, I convert that to PDF, download it, put it on my flash drive, and decide to go to the library and go print it. And if you remember from the previous episode, that I said, hey, I think, or if I didn't mention it, I had about ten or more I places that I was interested in the town area that I was actually planning to give a resume to. But when I actually went to the library and printed, first thing, the resume was 3 pages, and the what you call it, the cover letter was 3 pages. And I know I got money and I breathed it out, and I think so I only had $1,000 left. I think I said, okay, I'm going to print a few. When I went there now, found out it was $40 for basically um $40 for colored pages and $25 for the black and white pages. So I ended up only I could print 5 copy of the resume and the cover letter and give it to 5 different companies. So basically, the plan is now that I've actually given it to them and I have a blueprint of the cover letter. Plan now is just ideally to wait out this week and not trying to struggle it out and thing and just see hopefully one calls it. Actually put in some really good effort and actually in writing the resume and cover letter and thing, I realized that hey, over this period of time I've actually gained a lot more skills than I thought. When that original resume and thing, it it was it felt when I actually wrote it the first time, it actually felt I felt kind of insecure because back then it was my first time entering the job market and I didn't really know what I'm comparing myself to. I'm just writing based on my experiences and stuff. But now it's similar in that I'm still not know what I'm comparing myself to, but actually writing down the things that I've accomplished and what I've been doing, and the fact that I mentioned that hey, I have a audio resume in the podcast, where I've talked about and done a lot of other things, which is another reference that they can use to say, yeah, you know. So it that kind of gave me more confidence in the idea that maybe if they actually read it, because that's the other thing that gave me more confidence was me actually delivering it to the company front place itself compared to online that you're just sending it over the email or something like that and you just hope that they actually open it. Actually delivering it give me more confidence that it's more likely to reach the person that should receive it, to actually look at it, open it, and read it. So yeah, so it to me right now it's just the wait and thing, and then so the plan, because I actually want more. If I get money in the future, the plan is to actually print more and actually deliver it to the other places. That's if I don't get a call to get an interview or something like that. To print more and deliver it to the other places that I had in mind that I want to deliver it to, and then. But right now, with this out of the way, I'm more free to finish up the interview questions. Funny enough, my plan originally was to finish up the interview question, then do the cover letter and resume. But actually, I realized in doing the few of the interview question that doing the cover letter and resume was pretty easier compared to the and replicative compared to interview question. In that all I just do is just write one and then I'm a flash drive now, so all I have to do is just go to the library and just print, and then go to other place by envelope, and just give it to the places. So that and it's a good thing that I actually came up with that, find out that and thing. So the plan now is to actually just finish up these interview questions and send it to the persons and see if I can get a date schedule with them. And then the next thing is look into the YouTube Let's Play thing. Try to see if the computer is actually compatible enough to actually record the gameplay. So if that works out and it actually compatible enough to run the gameplay and I get the job, all I have to do is just basically boom, do my 9 to 5, come home, record one episode or so, and then on the weekend I just do editing, or edit if I feel like editing and stuff like that. And then over a period of time, uh, some more content is out on YouTube. And then the thing with the YouTube is that if that content, that gameplay content that is more popular than the other content that I'm posting now, gets more traction, it gives me more traction to the podcast too. So that's the plan. And I have some other more plans that I have with the gameplay, with the let's play thing also. So that's in terms of the YouTube gameplay, let's play, and the next thing is also if I actually find out um about the let's play thing, it will become like the podcast again, where it becomes more routine, where all I do now is just basically just come on here, record, and then edit and stuff like that. So I will have more time to actually start the reading and practicing of the web designing and web developing to actually maybe tackle the personal website portion of it. So I ideally things working, should be coming up. I should be learning more, learning more and see. And plus, I have other. Well, no, I don't. Well, I told you about the thing that the email that I got recently about a mentoring opportunity. So, you know, right now I'm just going through the motion and just trying to get as much opportunity as I can to get as much income as I can while not burning myself out, because that's the important thing that people, you know, you can actually say, hey, I just want to get as much money, but if you're burning out yourself, it's not worth it. It just That's why the first part when I go into 9 to 5 policies, the the first thing is to acknowledge where you're at, acknowledge how much debt you have. If you're not in debt, how much is the cost of living and those things, so that when you actually search for the job and you get the pay, you know exactly what that pay is supposed to offset. You know, that's it. So that's how you approach it, and that way you don't have that much stress. You just go in, clock in a 9 to 5, and things like that. And you should ideally, if you're lucky, it's a 9 to 5 that you actually like, so it actually become more fun. That's the thing. You have some 9 to 5 that is more boring, and yeah, there's some hours you're basically not doing nothing and stuff like that. But you have some 9 to 5 now where you just engaging and worthwhile and stuff like that. So hopefully it's one of that I get and one of that you get. So it actually works out. So yeah, that's it for now. Yeah, and look forward for the next episode. Thanks for listening.
Well, this is the end of the episode. Thanks for watching and look forward for the next episode. To support this podcast, go to anchor.fm/cssb/support or become a sponsor for this episode. If you have a product that you want to have more exposure, DM me on the Instagram page, Reframing Mindset Podcast, or on Twitter at ReframingP. Either way would help. Thank you regardless for listening, and here's a preview for the next episode.
This new opportunity come up that I don't think I'm not sure if it will boost the viewers or so of the podcast, but it I'm going to try and see how it goes, but I found out that hey, I could post my some of the podcast episodes on SoundCloud. SoundCloud is kind of a big platform, bigger platform than the Anchor platform which I'm using and stuff like that. And if it has that potential, that blow up potential, but the way I am doing it now is that I'm posting the videos manually. I'm downloading the videos of Anchor and then just posting it on SoundCloud. So the thing about it is that if when people listen it on SoundCloud, it doesn't translate to views and Anchor and money. It